Yay, what's up guys? How you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. I'm fine. It's hot as heck. So I'm sweating here. Y'all probably can see the sweat coming down my face. Listen man, even France is boycotting American products. They got an app. French app flags US companies in European boycott. Man, I gotta see this, bro. It's getting bad out here. I didn't know France was in it like this as well, man. But I knew Canada. But France? Dang, this is tough. But anyway, we're gonna check this video out. And then we're gonna talk about it. Let's go.
Breaking news, the White House unleashing an all-out assault on Germany over a right-wing political party. Secretary of State Rubio, Elon Musk, and Vice President Vance attacking America's longtime ally. Vance even accusing the Germans of rebuilding the Berlin Wall. This came after Germany's domestic intelligence agency classified the far-right political party in Germany, the AfD, as extremist, which makes it easier for them to have surveillance on it. AfD is an anti-migration party with a co-leader who has been fined for using Nazi slogans. But the White House, once again, is coming to its defense as anti-American sentiment is growing overseas amid Trump's trade war. And Melissa Bell has this special report tonight for us out front.
So before you would have come in and you would have taken these chips?
I used to take this one, but now, well, I took this one.
Across Europe, a quiet protest is playing out in supermarket aisles.
Wow.
American products left untouched.
And if you look at this one right here, Mr. Prop, that's Mr. Clean. But it's hold on, see, look, Mr. Prop right here. But that's Mr. Clean. But it's Mr. Prop, so it had to be made in France because it's in French. What's going on?
Aisles. American products left untouched. The hashtag boycott Trump is gaining traction as Facebook groups rally Europeans to push back against US policies with their wallets. Michel joined a French group in March.
As long as we have aggressive policy of American administration, we want to make pressure to say, stop it.
His group even provides an app called De-Trumpify Yourself that lets consumers know if a company's funding traces back to the United States.
Fanta, I wonder if it is. So we just
For sure.
use the
For
app
sure.
and it says, yes, it's
American.
It's also
So you put it
American.
back.
Well, we'll try with that. We look like
This is a very French brand.
very French, but sometimes we have surprised. Yes.
But sometimes you get surprises because you find that a company that you thought was French has in fact been bought by an American group, and that's the point of the app.
Exactly.
One recent survey in France found that 6 out of 10 people support consumer boycotts of US goods. The poll also showed that the hardest hit American brands included Tesla, McDonald's,
Fuck Tesla.
Coca-Cola, and Victoria's Secret. But it's not just products.
McDonald's don't look like they're doing
Travel
too
to
bad.
the US from Europe is also down. In March, visits dropped 17% compared to the same time last year.
It's changed the way we travel. It's changed the way we consume. There's hesitation and fear about going to the United States.
So Guylaine, who asks us not to use her last name as she has family in the United States, joined a small group of American protesters on Thursday.
Donald Trump has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Just here in Paris, there have been 3 anti-Trump protests in as many weeks, including this one, at the heart of what is a traditional day of demonstration here in Paris, the May Day protest, with a decidedly American feel. Now, this group include not just Americans who live here, but also some of their European allies and American tourists who've just taken a day off of their vacation to make their voice heard.
I'm here for my grandparents, who were immigrants from Italy.
Why are you crying?
And there was prejudice against them. And they were very, very proud to be in America. And I'm not sure they would be today.
Melissa Bell, CNN, Paris.
Stop Trump! Fareed Zakaria is out front now, host of Fareed Zakaria GPS. And Fareed, you see Melissa's report. It's amazing. That app is fascinating in and of itself. But the anti-American
next level, bro.
Sentiment feeling boycotts, we're seeing it. Tourism numbers are down. I mean, and sure, Tesla has a specific link to Musk, right? He's a lightning rod himself. But the numbers out of Sweden today were what, an 80% drop in Tesla sales. France wasn't far behind. I mean, these are real numbers. This is not just talk. This is action.
Aaron, it's really remarkable because for the last 30 or 40 years, ever since the fall of the Berlin Wall, this wave of global integration has resulted in American brands becoming the leading global brands in the world. Everything from Coca-Cola to McDonald's, which were always big, but Tesla, and of course, all the information technology companies, Google, Apple. We've been riding this extraordinary wave of American brands being considered the leading brands in the world. Take American universities, Harvard, Yale, Princeton, all of them. This is the world that in a way Donald Trump inherited. And somehow, systematically, he is tarnishing every one of these brands. He's attacking the American universities. He's doing things that are tarnishing these global brands because he's so alienating the rest of the world. And I think it's important to remember, it's not just people buying Coca-Cola. It's people. Are people going to want to come and study in the United States if they think, as Marco Rubio has kept telling them, we can revoke your visa anytime we want. We can deport you anytime we want. So you're going to see a kind of a slow stagnation of some of the crown jewels of America.
I remember the book Cities on a Hill. I think it was back in the 80s, but I still remember reading it and even getting to the point, what Los Angeles stands for to the country and to the world, what America stands for. Harry Anton was looking at some numbers this week, Fareed, to this point of what America stands for. And the belief that America has a positive impact in the world, right? The intangible city on a hill, that has fallen in 26 of 29 countries recently surveyed. 26 of 29. I know it's impossible to answer this question, fully at this moment, but what's your feeling on this as to whether the United States can recover, even if the tariffs become a bad memory and Trump really does move on past it? No evidence he will, but even if that happens, is the damage permanent?
I don't know, permanent. Permanent is a big word, but it's long lasting because, Trump has now been elected twice. And I was actually surprised by how high the numbers were, in the sense there's still a reservoir of goodwill. There's still a sense that the United States stands for the right things, even though, we're siding with Putin, we're trashing our European allies, we're talking down democracy. So,
dumb stuff, bro.
Once you break trust.
Siding with Putin, bro, is just crazy. And now he's preparing to meet Putin. Like, they've been talking about that the last week. Like, he's preparing for his trip to meet Putin and do this and do that and do a FaceTime call with Zelensky. And, man, listen, bro. Trump is a booty kisser.
It's very hard to rebuild. Trust takes a long time to build, and it's very easy to break.
So I mentioned the issue going on with the AfD right now. Marco Rubio, Elon Musk, J.D. Vance have been attacking Germany and Europe overall, but Germany in particular after the country's domestic intelligence agency classified the far-right political party AfD as extremist. Now that makes it easier for them to surveil it, but they have now classified it as extremist. This is a party that the individuals I just mentioned, and certainly Musk and Vance, have defended again and again, right? It's an anti-migration party. The co-leader's been fined for using Nazi slogans. So what do you make of now? The party gets labeled extremist by domestic intelligence, and still there's this rise to its defense.
Well, what I'm most struck by, Aaron, is that Donald Trump, for much of his first term, in fact, I think it was in his maybe his first inaugural, the first speech he gave at Davos, Elon Musk recently at the World Government Forum in Dubai, they talk about how we are not going to tell the rest of the world how to run their affairs.
But that's exactly what they're doing.
Liberal internationalists going around telling the world how to run their affairs. Well, then it turns out here they are lecturing Germany on how it should handle very sensitive issues of free speech and such. Now, I have my own issues with it, but I think it's very odd for the United States to get weigh in on a domestic issue in Germany. Let's remember,
they do this all the time.
Free speech differently. They don't have a First Amendment, and Germany has a very sensitive past with regard to far-right extreme nationalist parties. And surely anyone who understands history will have some ability to respect that.
Yeah, well, obviously,
it don't make sense, man.
Different take. Fareed, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time on a Friday night.
Don't make sense. Farmer reaction to Trump said. Hey, it don't make sense, but this is what America does all the time, putting their nose in other countries' business. Stuff that has nothing to do with them, and they don't want to go over there and tell somebody how to run their country. Mind your business. Get your country in order. Get us together instead of trying to go out and save. It's not even like you're trying to save the world. You're trying to dictate what goes on in the world. Nobody likes bullies. Like, be quiet, mind your business. If somebody really needs help, then, go help them. But besides that, come on, bro. For real. It's crazy. But I'm going to download that French app and see how it works. I'm going to check it out and see which companies. Because that's interesting. It tells you which companies which French companies that's been bought by an American company that has bought them out. Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to download that app. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the video, and I'm going to see you in the next one.